Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday night, time for another Facebook Live. I'm going to get this shared on my group so that y'all can find me there if you need to. And I'm also going to turn off my little heater because it's probably kind of loud. I hope you all are staying warm. It's going to be even colder, I think, this weekend. Hey, Susie. Welcome. I'm just getting it all shared on my group page too, so people can find, so they can find me there. Hey, Carol. So I looked on the weather on weather.com to see what it was going to be like at my parents' house where I'm from in Manhattan, Kansas. Hey, Allison. And their high, I think it was either Saturday or Sunday, their high is going to be 2. The high, 2. The low is -9. I think my blood has gotten thin moving down here, and I don't want to be anywhere near cold weather like that. It's going to be bad enough here. All right. I'm sharing my video while we're waiting for everybody to get on. So I'm sharing it over to my group. And I may try, Sandra's been trying to find me doing this. Let me see if I can, if I comment on here, maybe she can find us. Sometimes Facebook will bring up a name and sometimes it won't. Nope, it's not doing it. Okay, well, hopefully she can find us. All right, so before we get started, just a couple things I want to be sure you know about. I talked about this last time. I don't do a very good job of promoting this, but Paper Pumpkin is something that Stampin' Up! Has, and it's just a craft session in a box. And it's I think it's $22 now. I should have looked at that before I came on tonight. But you get everything you need to make cute cards. And so this last one that we got made these cards. And you get envelopes to go with them. So it made these 2 cute Valentine cards. And it comes with adhesive, with a ribbon, everything you need. You might, if you have to cut something, like you might need a pair of scissors to trim your ribbon, but that's about it. So every month you'll get cards, or sometimes it's gift packaging, but it's a lot of fun. And I do a Facebook Live. We used to get together at Yogurt Mountain, but I do a Facebook Live on it now and demonstrate putting them together. You can also, Stampin' Up! Puts out a video that shows how to put them together. They all come with directions. So there's, plenty of information on how to put them together. And then every month, I do a bonus project for everybody that's part of my Paper Pumpkin group. And this is the one that I did for this last month. So I provide, you will use the stamps that come in the kit. And I always use the ink that comes in the kit. And sometimes I'll add, like I added black to this one. But other than that, you'll just use what comes in your kit, and then I provide the paper to make it. So if you're interested in this, I am going to put the link to sign up for this. Today is the last day to sign up for the next month. So if you want February's kit, today is the last day to sign up. So I'll put a link to sign up in the comments of this video, just in case you're interested. And then Celebration is still going on. We only have about a week and a half left. So that's with everything. With every $50 you purchase, you get to pick something out of this catalog for free. There's some gorgeous paper. There's some cute stamp sets. I mean, this donkey stamp set is really cute. So you get something free for every $50 you purchase. And then if you purchase or have a party that's $300, then you get this stamp set. And it coordinates with our punches. And then they always have a special, if you're not already a part of the Stampin' Up! Team, They always have a special during celebration for recruiting. So if you join Stampin' Up, then you get 5 packs of paper. And I opened one of mine tonight so I could actually show it to you. So this is the In Colors, the 2020, 2021 In Colors. And so you're going to get, there's 2 designs, and you get it in each color. Sorry, I keep moving it over so you can't see. So you're going to get it in each color. Looks like 4 sheets of each design in each color. So that's one side, and then the other side, woo, are those designs. So they're really cute designs. So you get this In Color pack plus a pack for each of the color families. So the brights, the subtles, the regals, and the neutrals. Aren't they pretty? They're just gorgeous. And if you need more of these will be in the catalog, the new annual catalog that will be coming out in May, I think. They've changed the schedule on us, so sometimes it's hard to keep up with it. Okay, let's get started stamping. So, I showed you a few weeks ago. Okay, I'm sorry. If you hear noise in the background, it's my cat thinking he has to eat right now. So he's trying to paw it out of the feeder. A few weeks ago, I showed you some of this gilded leafing. It comes in this jar like this. And it is absolutely beautiful. And I used it and it looked fine. But I learned something new when I did my technique class with my friend Kay this last weekend. That makes it a little bit easier. So at the end, I'll show you a couple of cards we made in that class with the gilded leafing, but this is the card we're making tonight. And so these gold circles on here are the gilded leafing. Oh, and I've been too hard on it. Looks like I rubbed some of it off. But that's the gilded leafing. And we wondered how it would work with glue dots. That's what those are. So let's get started. We will do our stamping first. So I've got just an oval that I cut with my layering ovals, and Blushing Bride, and just this swoosh. So it's just this swoosh. And I'm actually going to stamp it off once before I stamp it. And we're just going to stamp it in the middle of our oval. So it just gives us a little bit of background color. And that is all we're going to do with the Blushing Bride. So now I have Melon Mambo. And I'm going to do my Sealed with a Kiss, because we're putting little kissy lips all over this. So I'm just going to stamp this across my oval. There we go. Oh, okay, we're going to turn it over because I messed up. Put it too close to the edge. Normally I would, now I put my finger in that. Normally I would stamp this first and cut it out, and if that's what we have to do, we'll do that. But I was trying to not make the video too long, so I was trying to cut it beforehand. So let's try this again. We'll do our little swoosh in the background. And then all right, that's better. Oh, we still need our Melon Mambo. But we do not need our Blushing Bride again, hopefully. Okay, and now I just have, I'm going to set this aside, a strip of white and the little kissy lips. And I'm just going to stamp 3 of them in Melon Mambo. Aren't they fun? I think they're distinctive. They look distinctive to me because you get a lot of dimension. And it doesn't matter if you stamp these straight or not because we're going to punch them out. Okay, that's all our stamping. Was not a lot of stamping. All right, so the punch has the lips and the heart. So we're just going to punch out these 3 lips. And then we'll start building our card. Okay. And I have cut, this is with this Stitch So Sweetly, I think it's called. So I just put 2 of them together and made a frame with it. And to tell you the truth, this was just laying on my desk when I was creating the other day. And I thought, oh, I want to do something with that. And this is what I came up with. So this is a Blushing Bride card base. And as always, I'll put the dimensions on my blog after I'm done here so that you can see what they are. And also everybody that comments on this video, I will draw for this card on Sunday. So I've got another piece of Blushing Bride, and this one, hopefully you can kind of see, I ran it through the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder. It's really a cute folder. I like it. So as with embossed cardstock, I like to use my, and I have a new one, so I have to be careful. I had to finally give up on my other one. Couldn't get any more glue out of it. So we'll put that on there. Just centering it. It's just a little bit smaller than our card base. We're going to try this. If this doesn't work, you know I always give you the best card or make another one for you. We are going to put this on first before we add our gold leafing. So we'll see if this works. So when I put it on, I used a glue dot in each corner to put it on. So just grab a glue dot. That was because I didn't want the glue getting outside if I use the liquid glue. Let's get that over a little bit. And if it gets outside, that one didn't, but if it gets outside, you can just kind of fold it over a little bit. Where do we need, oh, somehow I did that in opposite corners. That's funny. And so I just did one in each corner. And this one. We'll see. This may not work. If it doesn't work, I'll give you the other one. Whoever wins. All right, so we're going to just put that. That needs to be folded over. I got a little bit too close to the edge. Okay. So we're just going to put that at an angle. And now we're going to take our glue dots, and I thought about trying to pick them off with tweezers or take your pick tool, but I was afraid I would lose the nice circle. So I just took them off like this. Now, before I did it on just the frame, so we'll see if this works. But I want to do 3, and the reason I'm doing this is because if it hangs off a little bit, it's still going to stick to the card base. So I want to do 3. Trying to make this so you can see what I'm doing too. So I'm just pressing that till it picks it up. And one more down the side a little bit. All right, that one got a little close. All right, then this corner. So we'll do one, maybe you can see better if I do it this way. That didn't stick. There we go, one in that corner. One up this side a little bit. Oh, that one got way off the frame. So we'll see how this works. And let's do one for here. And then I wanted to put some on my sentiment piece too. And by doing it this way, like I said, it keeps them nice and circular. Oops. All right, we need one more. You want to do an odd number. So let's put one right there. Okay. So when you're doing gilded leafing, you need something for adhesive. So like I said, when we did our class the other day, we wanted to see if, hey, Sandra, you found us, good. We wanted to see if we could do it with glue dots. So in the class, we used tear and tape, we used ink or embossing powder, not embossing powder, Versamark with heat and stick powder. And then we also talked about using the green glue. If you put green glue on something and let it dry, it becomes tacky, and then you can use it. Okay, so you're still going to get gold leaf. I'm going to put a little bit more in here just because it's so pretty. You cannot, well, I suppose you might, but it would be very hard to work out of this container. So you want to put it in something else like this. Okay, so I'm going to take my oval that has my glue dots on it, and I'm just going to press it in there. And when I pick it up, it's going to look like a mess. But the trick I learned that Kay showed us is take a sponge dauber and you just rub it across. And that, now you can, some people have used paintbrushes. You could do that. But the sponge dauber worked very well for me. And so now you can see, we just have, if I can get it off my fingers, these nice gold circles. So now we'll do the same thing with this. And we'll see, we may end up with gold leaf everywhere on this. But I wanted to try it and see if it would be easier. So again, oh, let me get over here where you can see. I'm just pressing it down in the gold leaf. And I'm going to go ahead and press this side down too. So now I have a mess. But you just use your sponge dauber. That's where I got two on top of each other, so it's kind of hard to see the circles. And you just brush it off. And that one needs a little bit more. Nope, that one doesn't seem to want to stick. Let me just put some on there like that. See if that helps. There we go. So I really like this, like I said, this sponge dauber was a game changer for me. So now I have gold circles on there. And I still have gold foil on my fingers. You want to be sure when you're using this stuff that you don't have a ceiling fan going or anything like that, because it's very light and it will blow everywhere. Okay, then you'll end up with gold. I'm gonna just dump this. Just a few pieces. Okay, so now we're ready to finish putting together. Oh, I forgot my bow. That's okay. We can make it work. I'll just tie a bow and stick it on there instead of tying it. So when I did this, I tied it around the frame, but you can just tie a bow. So I used this ribbon, and all I did was I just cut. So this is that gold ribbon that goes with the Gilded, or with the art gallery suite. I just cut off the edge of it because this was too thick by itself. So I just trimmed off the edge. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Now my friend Kay said when she did this, she was able to pull out strands of it. I couldn't get mine to do that. So I just ended up using the edge that I trimmed off. So now I have this very narrow gold ribbon, which I'm going to try and tie in a bow. You know, it's always harder to tie bows on camera. There we go. All right, so now we will take another glue dot and we'll stick that on our frame. And then I can trim the ends. Oops. Did you love my nails? Now they have a little gold on them. It comes off though. They have had gold on them before and it's come off. And so if it's a little bit too, you can just kind of fold it on itself and then just put that right on your frame. Go ahead and trim these a little bit. And now we're ready to put our kissy lips on there. So I did a little bit of liquid glue. It's been laying flat. There we go. And I did this one just flat, kind of tucked under the ribbon a little bit. And then I did dimensionals on everything else. So we'll have another kissy lip here. I think Erica Serwin called them kissy lips. I think that's where I got that. And another one up here towards the top. And then our sentiment, we're going to put it on with dimensionals too. Oh. So I'll just put one on each end. Whoops, let's put it on right side up. And that's just going to go right in the middle. So there you go. There's the one I made the other day, and there's the one we just made tonight. And this gilded leafing, I mean, you will still get some around, but that, for me, that sponge dauber or using something like that, because if you remember last time I did, I was just trying to do it with my fingers, and that did not work nearly as well. That sponge dauber was a game changer for me. So a couple of the other cards that we made in that class of K's with this gilded leafing. This is one of them. This is the Touch of Ink. Thank you, Allison. This is the Touch of Ink set, and so we did two different things here. This is just a piece of cardstock, and we took tear and tape, so this is another layer under here. You've got a white layer here, and it was actually white there. And we took tear and tape and put it all the way around the edge of that piece of cardstock and then put the gilded leafing on it. So it made this beautiful gilded edge. And then this hummingbird, we stamped him first in Mossy Meadow, and we stamped the inside also. And then we stamped the outside again in the in Versamark, and then there's heat and stick powder that you use with the Versamark, so you heat it up just until it just starts turning clear, and then it becomes tacky, and then you can press the golded leafing into it. And we colored his neck before we did the gold leafing. So isn't that pretty? So that was one of them, and then the other one we did, this one was my favorite. So again, we did the stamping with the heat and stick here. This is a two-step stamp, so we stamped the outside in terracotta tile and then the inside with our Versamark. And then this is tear and tape again. So we just put 3 strips of tear and tape across that cardstock, did the gold leafing, and then tied this ribbon around it. And is that not gorgeous? It's so pretty. So I know from the last time when I did gilded leafing, it was a little scary, but it really is a lot of fun, and you can do some really neat things. I want to try taking some real pretty designer series paper and just putting strips of the tear and tape across it. So you're kind of dividing it up and putting gold leafing on that. I haven't decided what paper would be the prettiest for that. But anyway, I've had a lot of fun playing with it, especially now that Kay has showed me that little trick with it. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you decide to give Gilded Leafing a try. And you can find me at www.creatingwithcindy.com if you have any questions. Again, I will put the dimensions for this card on my blog shortly after this. And I will also put the link to Paper Pumpkin in case you don't have that. All right. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Stay safe tomorrow. Good night.